by. What's up, nobody special? Give a shout out to Dennis Matthews, somewhere in Michigan, up by Flint. He's my college administrator buddy up there. What's up, John? Are we meeting in the morning or not? Hey, Bruce, Dal, what's up, brother? Hey, man, I got some good news I'm going to share with y'all today. It's pretty amazing, too. Hey, and send any of you praying people, send your prayers to Texas, man. The temperatures is cold, the power's off. I tell you what, they having a hard time, man. What's up, Ingram Davis? Tim Gunlover says, my friend lives in Malave in Zamboanga del Sur. Is that a dangerous area? Not really, Tim. Zamboanga's not dangerous, really. They've had some spats because they're right there by that Sulu Sea and the bad guys, so to speak. They come up from Baziland and Holo Sulu and all them places. Hey, Mr. Vegas, first time on your live stream, Calvin. I'm catching up. Let's see what he says. Catching up on all your videos and streams. Awesome content. Thank you, Mr. Vegas. Hey, Rick Esposito, what's going on? What's going on, Joshua Bernard? Okay, John, I'll see you in the morning at McDonald's. I appreciate it. Ingram Davis, you're funny, man. He calls me the sage. But, man, I'd really like to meet you in person, Ingram. I know you as nice as you are online. Hey, Charles Del B, good morning, brother. Jacob Tons, hey, brother. You're freezing, man. Hey, I just told people to send their prayers to you out that way, Jacob. I was reading in the paper, and then one of my subscribers sent me a WhatsApp. He said, man, the power's off. That's not a good thing. Bruce Dow, what's the good news? Hey, thanks everybody. It's 81 people on here, 26. Hit that like button, guys. I know what that means. Hey, AJ Eckley, what's going on? Did you see the introduction? The 21-year-old said hello on my Patreon page. AJ Eckley, he's a new subscriber. But here's the good news, man. I was reading in the Manila Times today. I'm going to read it because I don't want to mess this up. This is from the palace. This is from the palace, guys. Here's what this is, and I quote, there are now areas here in the Philippines where the COVID-19 transmission already stopped. This according to police spokesman Harry Roque Jr. He did not identify the areas. The government is preparing for the transition of areas with no transmission to the new normal. See, they're talking about already, there's only a few places left in the Philippines where they're not at the lowest quarantine level. Metro Manila, Naval. It's only like 5 or 6 places, but they're talking about next month making it all MGCQ, which is the lowest level. And hopefully that means opening up the borders for at least domestic tourism, man. Because I tell you, it's getting tough over here. But yeah, they're going back and forth. Yeah, Efren Dunlap, that's what they're talking about doing. And man, that would be a relief because, people talk about Boracay, man, but I love Boracay, man. I would love to go back to Boracay. Hey, Jet, he's from Sacramento. What's going on? I was in Martinez, California. I don't know how far that is from Sacramento, but when we be going back and forth from Martinez to San Francisco. Hey, D, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, what's good? Love the photo of baby Denise. Thank you, brother. You know it's a miracle, man. You've been there since day one. I'm going back over there today. But coming back and forth from Martinez to San Francisco, I'd always see the exit to Sacramento. Hey, AJ Eckley. Yo, throw up that thumbs up. It's free to do. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Jacob Ton says, great news about Miss Gail in your recent vlog. Yeah, and then you can see her face, man. If you go on those pictures that I posted, look at Gail. She's beautiful, man. I'm telling you now. You know, she's got 3 kids, but I'm telling you, man, this woman's come back to life. She was dead a couple of weeks ago. Somebody's going to get that, man, and be lucky, because there's no telling when the last time she had a man. I'm telling you now. Okay, just from this is boots on the ground information, man. There's no telling when the last time she had a man. Lord P says, hey, sorry I'm late. When's the Donna interview? It's going to be maybe next week, because they're coming along with that place. If you seen, go on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, man, and see just the tremendous progress they've made. Man, they've got like a master bedroom now. Her and baby Denise. They've got their room, and then they've got like a little sitting room out there that they've attached onto it, man. It looks good. I'm very pleased. Then they've already got that roof up, and what they're going to do today, they're going to start replacing all the plywood surrounding the roof, man. It's going to look good. Hey, Michael from Toledo, California. Thanks, man. He said he loves to work with baby Denise. And actually, a lady stopped by today, guys. Hey, Mercy B. What's up from Ohio? I lived 6 years in Cincinnati. I loved it, man. But anyway, she came by. She said she knows somebody. She's going to send somebody to talk to me about giving baby Denise some therapy. And she said, you know, she'll do it reasonably, you know, because, you know, see, therapy's not that expensive over here, guys. But once they see they dealing with foreigners, it's just something, you know, and I was talking to her about it. She said, well, Calvin, you've been coming to the Philippines long enough to know, you know, that what's going on, see. Yeah, Laura P says, hello, I saw you kept trying to make that guy stand by the wall. But see, here's the thing, Lord P, and I'm glad you said that. He was like, damn, I'm in trouble. No. They have, you know, that selective English. Now, if I would have been talking about money, he would have understood exactly what I was saying. But when I'm saying something like that, now he don't understand English. But, yeah, I was just wanting to be, you know, I wanted him to be, like, to give it some context about how much bigger their room is now than what it was before, man. I measured it. It was 3 by 5. They lived in a 3 by 5 space. Denise, baby Denise, Donna Faye, and her 2 sons. I don't know how they did it. It's worse than a prison cell, man. I mean, you know, and then they had it like walled in. Y'all saw it. Reginald Graham said, I used to live in Radcliffe near Fort Knox. Yeah, I've got a couple of clients down that way in Radcliffe. Jet says, I love to see the PI open up soon, man. Me too, man. I love to see some of you guys over here. Mr. Vega said, your Jordan Rules video was fantastic. It says, my only added rule would be no cell phones at the dinner table, at home, at the restaurant. Absolutely. But see, you're on to something, man. You gotta set rules over here, guys. If you don't, you're gonna go crazy. They will drive you crazy over here because nothing's gonna make sense to you. And remember that. It doesn't have to make sense over here to you for it to be real life in the Philippines. a guy, he's so smart, man. One of my subscribers, he said, Calvin, he said, the system is so harsh over there, it turns good people into bad people. Hey, thanks, Bryce Wetzel, for that super chat. And so I took that a little step further. I said, yeah, the system, it causes them to think and act differently than us. Because we're from a different system, guys. I mean, they do some crazy stuff over here you would never even realize. Okay, let me see. Okay, it's a good question. Dad's Renovation says, can you give us more information on the Expat support group? Okay, absolutely. Now, this is just a loosely knit group of guys. You are a member the minute you say you are a member. There's no dues, there's no fees for membership. Okay? My cell phone number is the Expat Support Hotline. Okay? All that's required is a desire to come together for the good of us all and help a suffering expat in need. That's it. There's no, and my fault, I haven't made the Facebook page, but I'm going to do it today. I'm going to have my girlfriend make it. And then I'll put the link in. I'm going to make a Facebook page. And that's all, guys. We just a loosely knit. We don't have to get along. We don't have to hang out together. We don't even have to like each other. We just have to have the willingness to come together for the good of us all and help a suffering expat in need. You might buy him something to eat, give him a place to stay, help buy him a ticket home. He can go home, reevaluate, take care of what's going on with his life and come on back. He said, tell us a sea story. Oh, man, I got so many, brother. But I tell you the best sea story I got, when you cross the equator, they've got a ceremony, Jawan Ward, and it turns you from a pollywog into a shellback, man. And I tell you, it's like the Navy's edition of Hell Week. And man, they make you eat all this old nasty food and you crawl around on your knees all day. But once you get it over with, man, and you become officially a shellback, man, we have this big party on top of the, yeah, you're right, Mark Timberlake, the Steel Beach. We have it on top of the flight deck, man. It's just a feeling, man. But I got so many sea stories, man. When we left, we pulled into Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1983. Now imagine this. We had been out to sea, I think that was like our first workup on our med cruise. We went to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and imagine 6,000 sex-hungry men set up on Rio de Janeiro. We spent 20 million US dollars, and this is in 1983, which now would be the equivalent of $60 million, guys. We were there 5 days and 4 nights, man. And you talking about a hell of a party, man, from the time we got there to the time we left. And, the Philippines is the pea capital of the world, but I used to think it was Brazil, but it's not, because see, in the Philippines, they're going to cooperate with you over here. Brazil, you still got to go through some of the motions, man. John Wells says Calvin still has mermaids stalking him. I didn't find out where the mermaids came from until I got in the Navy. And from what I was told, is because guys be out to sea for so long that the fish start looking like women. That's the story I got. And the longest I was out to sea was 73 days, man. That's a long, long time. I mean it, man. It's a long, long time. But if you go to Brazil, man, they got some of just, you talking about beautiful women, man. They're there, but that language barrier is hard to get through, and they're used to seeing Americans, and it's not like here, man. See, I'm gonna tell you, the beautiful women here, you actually have a chance to be with them, to get with them, to actually, live out your fantasy. Over there, it's just a little bit more difficult, man. So this is the pea capital of the world now, without a doubt. And I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm not trying to be anything like that. We're grown men. And I'm going to tell you something. From the time I start coming to the Philippines in 2009 all the way to now, I've had sex every day. Or I could have sex every day if I want to. There's nowhere else in the world where you can get that done but here, man. Okay? It's that simple, man. I mean, they just feel like it's their obligation to you. They don't look at sex the way Western women do. They know it's a natural occurrence. Sex is just as natural as breathing, guys. But in America, we think we're so liberated, man. We're some of the most conservative people in the world. A naked body still intimidates us in America. It's true, man. You know, we get upset. We see a naked body. Hey, James Lyons, what's up? He says, glad to be with you again. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you're kind of right, man. Let's see. He said it's a joke. But he said the shellback ceremony is a joke in the new America's Navy. Okay, political correctness. Oh, okay, yeah. See, I did it in 1983. There was no political correctness. Cool Breeze said, what's up, Calvin? How you doing, brother? Man, I'm doing good, brother. I mean it. It's summer again here. It's hot as hell. I like it. I'm going back up in the mountains today. I'm working on just a vlog, just showing around, meeting people. Frank Ellis says, what about Colombia, Calvin? Man, I went to Cartagena, Colombia, man. Let me tell you something. This is the only time I did it in Brazil too. There's only two places in my whole entire Navy career, 4 years, that this ever happened. Once in Rio de Janeiro, once in Brazil. I spent all my money in the first night on women, booze, partying, and drinks. But you know, in the Navy, you take care of each other. I was able to borrow money until till we got paid again. But it's the only two places that I've ever did that. I mean, I spent every last damn. I think I had $1,000. I spent it all in one night in Brazil, and I think it was like. I mean, it's a lot of money back then because I used to gamble and I had won some money shooting dice. That was a lot of money in 1983. And then going to Cartagena, Colombia. Oh my God, man, I hate to keep telling y'all this, man, but these women, man, I tell you, man, you need to get outside the United States and just see something. Hey, Ronald Jefferson, he said, I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid. USS Nimitz. Yeah. Thank you for that super chat, man. I'm going to tell you. Hey, and to the guy who told me to buy baby Denise teddy bear, I got it, and I'm going to deliver it today. I forgot. I had it already, but I forgot to take it over there. I'm going to take it over there today. I'll take a picture. He said take a picture and put it on there. I will. AJ Eckley says 3x5. My closet is bigger than that, man. I tell you. A coffin is bigger than that, brother, but that's where they were living. This guy says, Superstar Jones said, that's a lot to spend in Brazil today. Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. When you get in a blackout, I don't know if you ever been a blackout in Brazil, and you see these women walking around in G-string. See, that's where the G-string bikini was invented over there. That's when I found that out. Hey, retired 2019, Calvin, you have me thinking about visiting there. Man, I'm going to tell you something. The Philippines is a magical place, man. I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care what you've heard over there in the West, man. You come here, man. You ain't never going to want to leave. That's for sure. Or you're going to keep coming back. When I came here in December of 2018 for hopefully my last time, it's my 26th time. Cool Breeze said, baby got back from Brazil. Man, you ain't seen nothing till you go over there. Now see, here was the thing. This is the crazy thing about when you're in the Navy and they know that a carrier is coming into their town. Here's what the government of Brazil did. They shipped in 20,000 women. Listen to me, this is true. From all over South America to make sure there was enough women in Rio de Janeiro for us. Yeah, it was women from Paraguay, Uruguay, Colombia. They came from all over, man. It was something I had never seen before, and I hadn't even turned 20 yet because we got there in April of 1983. I turned 20 May of 1983. And you talking about, man, I'm telling you, I had a school teacher. These women were there who normally did not sell themselves, but they knew they could earn that extra money. Man, I tell you, I was in a blackout, and when I woke up, man, I was broke, and didn't nobody steal anything from me. That's true. I spent every nickel of it. Okay, let's see. Carmen says, what's the weather like today? I guess you know we're catching hell in the United States. I haven't left the house since 2 now. Wow. Yeah, it's about 80 with the sunshine over here, Carmen. I already told you. One of the reasons I love it in the Philippines is the 365 days of sunshine. It's the 82-degree average temperature. You know, and regardless of what you hear, man, all them typhoons and all that stuff, they only happen in a certain part of the Philippines, man. They don't happen all over here. Let's see. I missed something. I missed one of the guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Jim Burns says, howdy, Calvin. How's things, bro? Man, I tell you what, it's heating up over here, man. My mommy's couch said General Santos would be the new Detroit. I love General Santos, man. And I'm going to tell you why I love it. Because it's close. It's almost to the southern tip of the Philippines. And there's a little place called Glen. It's about 45 minutes. It's the southernmost tip of the Philippines. It's one of the most beautiful places. It's in the Sarangani province that you will ever visit, guys. And it's so cheap. You can rent a place right on the beach. I'm talking about you're literally on the beach. Maybe, you can hear the waves crashing for about $40 a night, man. It's beautiful. For the first night that me and my wife went there, we were the only ones. It's about a 1 kilometer stretch of beach. We were the only one on the whole beach. It's like being on a deserted island. I love it there. Lord P said, what's the hottest it gets over there during the year? 110. Well, about the highest I ever heard was 41 Celsius, so whatever that is. Mommy's couch said cow was in a black and Brazil. No, man, I'm going to tell you. This woman, man, she was a school teacher. And she had red hair, and all the rest of her hair was red, okay? She was a real red-headed woman, and she wasn't much lighter than me. At that time, she was the most beautiful woman I had ever seen up until that time. But man, I'm going to tell you, a place where you don't want to go and get drunk because you may end up with a lady boy, you go to Naples, Italy, man. They got some beautiful lady boys over there. And we were in the van, and we were like on a tour. And the man stopped there, and he said, you see right there? This is in the 80s, guys. When all this stuff in America, man, it wasn't even out of the closet yet. This is in Italy. They were so far ahead of us. Man, America, man, we're so conservative. But anyway, he just stopped right there and showed us. We sat there for about 3 or 4 minutes. And you tell me you couldn't tell these were men. It was a bunch of them. It was like maybe 30 or 40. I don't know why they were there. I guess that's where they, get their johns or whatever. But yeah, and they talk about Thailand and the Philippines having lady boys. No, it'll shock you. You go to Italy. And Italy, it's just not something that's talked about. But yeah, they got some beautiful ladies over there. But I don't deal with that, man. Okay, let's see. Raheem Brown said, man, when are you and Black American Expat going to do videos? We used to do videos together, man, and I hate to say it, man, but you know, as brothers, man, we always, just let something real tiny come between us, man. I hate that. We had a live stream that we was doing every Tuesday. It was called Love and Life in the Philippines. Okay. Well, this particular Tuesday, I had to go to renew my visa. Okay. It was the last day. I mean, literally the last day I could go. I would have had to leave the country. Okay. So I wasn't able to do the live stream. He could have did it himself. Plus, he had another guest who was just as knowledgeable about the subject of, Philam children having black and Filipino kids, right? Hey, Ronald Jefferson. Thanks for that super chat. And man, he sent me an email, man. It was real disrespectful, man. And, we apologize, but, it just, I was like, man, it's not that serious, guy. You agree to this and this and that, and and I might have took it the wrong way, but that was that, bro. And I hate it, man, because Jay is really a good guy. He helped me out, and I just don't, I just don't want to bring that American type thinking over here, man. I'm over here relaxing, I ain't got time to be arguing with nobody, man. And when I'm over here, man, especially overseas, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I don't care what color you are, man. I need you. I need your companionship. I need your friendship, man. I need your conversation. Life is just goes by too quick for that stuff, man. And I tried to make up with it, but he didn't. He ain't trying to see me now. So, that's that, guys. But that's what happened, man. So I just wanted to tell you. We fell out over something stupid. Like brothers always do over there in America. Hey, Ronald Jefferson, thanks for the super chat. He said, there was plenty of crabs and clap in Rio. You should have seen the medical line when we left. Hey, man, you are exactly right. I was lucky, man, I didn't. Because like I said, I was with a school teacher. This lady told me she was. She said she normally wouldn't, but she was trying to get some extra money. But I forgot. I promise you, man, I didn't pay this woman, I think, $10 in 1983. I paid her $10, and she stayed with me for like 3 hours. But, man, I'll tell you, she was so beautiful. And I know Carmen's on here. And, Carmen, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I never got off top of this lady. For the whole time we was together, I was afraid she was going to run out of the room. I mean, I was like 19 years old. I'd never seen a woman that beautiful. I mean, really. It's just me. Let's see. John Smith said, wow, life without arguing. That's right, man. It's true. I haven't had an argument, man. I can't remember. It's definitely since I've been back here since December 5th, 2018, because the Filipinos, they're too busy with life, man, with living life. They don't have time for that stuff, man. The stuff we argue about, it don't mean nothing to them. They're trying to put food on the table. They're trying to make sure that, they're going to work, get a job, and the important thing, they're living life as it is, man. We're so spoiled, and man, we'll argue about anything in my country, man. And hell, I ain't even trying to do that no more. But yeah, I got a life without arguing, man. My wife, I promise you, man, believe it or not, I don't even have to ask my girlfriend for sex, man. She asked me. She said, are you all right, honey? You need anything? See, that's our way of saying that, just in case the kids are around. She'll say, honey, are you all right? Can I get you anything? Yeah, Joshua Bernard said, that's all we do in America is argue, man. You get tired of that. Really, you do. I mean, over the pettiest stuff, and then people are dying for the pettiest stuff over there. Stone Cold said, Calvin, the hardest working YouTube on the globe. Man, I tell you, because I enjoy it, man. I especially enjoy these lives, man. That's the truth, man, because, I always wanted friends and laughter. That's one of the things I've always wanted in my life. And now I got it. It's one of the things I wanted. He says, let's see. He says, Calvin, what's your cash app? I'm going to shoot you something from time to time. Let's see if I can write. See, I can't even write it in here, I don't think. But anyway, it's, $ Calvin, CALVIN, capital R 56. Just go to any of my videos on my channel and you'll see it in the comment section or the description. Oh yeah, this guy says, and this is sad, man. It says, Cool Breeze said a friend of mine got killed over a parking space. Man, it's so sad, man. I had a brother that got killed over an argument, man, when he was 26. He was, they went to a nightclub, drinking and stuff. They got into an argument. That was it. Wasn't no punches thrown. There was nothing like that. The guy just shot him in the chest with a .22 and killed him. Hey, what's this guy? Thanks for that super chat, Soul School Music Lovers. He said a hard hat for your team. Okay, thank you, brother. I was at the building supply yesterday. They didn't have any hard hats. But I'm going to see where I can find some hard hats for them guys. But they're not going to wear them, guys. You see they work in flip-flops. Remember, nothing makes sense over here. You see them working hard construction with flip-flops on, a cigarette in their mouth, no hard hat, kids all around the construction area, trash piled up 10 feet in construction area. It's the Philippines, man. It doesn't make sense. Rag Jam Rock says, Calvin, you're fast becoming my favorite YouTuber. Let's see what he says. I just finished watching a live from Colombia. Hey, thanks, brother, man. That means a lot to me, man, because I'm just one of y'all, man, really. And I think that's why y'all can relate to me, man. I'm not a tour guide. I'm not into that, man. I just want you guys to know when you get over here, you ain't got nothing to fear. I want you to know what it's really like over here, And that's what it's like, man. When you come over, the people are going to treat you good. They're not going to bother you. You're going to have beautiful women all around you, man. You're going to have the time of your life, and you don't have anything to worry about. I mean, it's like that every day. Wow. Rod Rodenstein says 600 shot and killed in Chicago. Wow. 2,500 shot. Oh, my God. Roger Abernathy said, where the brown women at? Hell, they all brown here. Filipinos are brown. A true Filipino, they're not much dark. They're much lighter than me. And most of them are the color of my mother. See, my grandmother, they're just like light-skinned black women in America. But I'm going to tell you a story about my grandmother, my mother's mother. And when I was little, I was born in 1963, so this had to be like, because I can still remember, it was like 1966, 1967. My grandmother worked downtown. She passed as white. We couldn't wave at her. We couldn't acknowledge her because she would lose her job. This is in Lexington, Kentucky. See, that's how, because her father was white. See, so my great-grandfather on my mother's side was white. And my grandmother passed for white for really her whole life. And I remember my mother, we walked past, and my mother said, don't even look over there at your granny. Don't even wave, don't even acknowledge her. But most Filipinos, they just look like light-skinned sisters over in America. But hell, they all brown over here. Let's see. Okay, remember boom boom. Okay, remember Bill Glass says, remember boom boom. Tillman Clark said, Calvin, sounding good here in North Carolina. I plan on visiting Cadiz in the fall if COVID don't mess it up. Haha, I got a question. Can you get butter beans in college there? You can get butter beans. And they got something over here. They don't call it collard greens, but they got something similar to that over here. Hey, thank you for Christopher Wolfgang for that super chat. He said, I always tell my Filipina she was an adult-sized child watching, let's see, watching gay guys on YouTube at 2 a.m. on a work night. Yeah, he said he's coming to Cadiz. That's not far from me. Hey, Kate Dallas, thanks for that super chat. As a matter of fact, they've got, I wish I could tell you the name of this island right across from that Cadiz. It's a beautiful place. Man, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Ronald Jefferson said, Morenos. I'm going to tell you something, man. See, it's some beautiful women over here. That's all I can tell you, man. And they're not online, guys. I mean, I see it every day. I mean, see, remember when you think that Filipinos was just these little sticks? No, not anymore, man. That's your grandfather's Filipino. Man, these Filipinos nowadays, man, they are shapely as hell, man. I'm talking about, yeah, my wife, my soon-to-be ex-wife, man, she's 36, 26, 36. Yeah, I'm talking about, man, it would shock you, man. I'm talking about, if my girl wasn't so attractive, it would easily take my attention away. But when I'm with her, I mean, I keep my attention on her, but man, I see it. Hey, Doug Carr, what's going on, brother? Yeah, you're right. What's this guy says? He said, Jollibee got the lady stick over here. He said, the Donna man says, Jollibee got these Filipinos stick in 2021. Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. You will be shocked when you see these women over here, man. And then some of them, see, my wife was shaped like that, but she didn't even weigh 100 pounds. She weighs more than that now since she's been in America. But, man, these women over here, they be like 34, 24, 34, man, and you wouldn't believe it, man. I'm telling you, man, it'll shock you. You'll be like, damn. And they just so young and so beautiful, man. And see, the thing about it is, they're approachable over here. You know, they're humble, you know. See, you go to places like Brazil, see, you know, I'm just saying, man, it's just hard over here. It's like picking fruit off the ground, man. It's like low-hanging fruit. You really got a chance to be with these women, man, you know, and they will appreciate you. Because in most cases, man, you're rescuing them from, hey, James Lance, thanks for that super chat. Calvin reminded them not to bring America to the Philippines. Absolutely. They sound like they will have a hard time adjusting. Hey, I tell you what, guys, don't do it. You know, that's why I tell you to read the Philippine handbook, man, about the Philippines. Don't bring your American attitude over here. You're going to mess things up for the rest of us. You know, pulling the chairs out for women, opening doors and all that stuff. They're not used to that stuff, man, over here. Just be good to them. Treat them with respect. Treat them with kindness, man. And that's about it. But don't be doing all that old crazy stuff, man. You know, because you ain't in America, man, especially when it comes to money, man. You know, don't do it, guys. I've been having a lot of discussions with guys, and I'm telling them, man, you know, $100 is a lot of money over here. Don't mess these women up over here doing that. The realist said, would you consider Filipino women old-fashioned? Yeah. They are, man. They're very old-fashioned until they meet us. And then, you know, once they get to know you, they go back to that old-fashioned way of life. But yeah, they're very old-fashioned. And you'll see the way they dress. You know, but some of them now, man, you know, this new generation, man, I'm telling you, they wearing booty shorts over here, which would shock you. When I came here in 2009, nobody wore booty shorts over here. Now everywhere you go, man, I'm talking about booty shorts. They showing half their butt, you know, over here. And then, you know, these low-cut tops. Man, you wouldn't believe it, man. This is the new Philippines over here now, but, you know, you're going to like it. This isn't your grandfather's Philippines anymore, man. I keep saying that, and it's the truth. Uh, Frank Ellis said, "Damn, Calvin, you really make me feel like coming back." Man, come on over here, Frank. Man, you won't regret it, man. Believe it or not, guys, y'all haven't seen Donna. Donna's got 3 kids, right? And I'm not gonna say this too loud because my girlfriend, she'll get mad. Man, Donna's got shape on her, man. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Donna, is that you? You know, I was, I went over there one day and she was over there in that little kitchen area, I guess cooking some rice or something. And that's the time I told y'all, I said, I seen Donna, she looked like a new woman. She came back to life. Man, she had her hair fixed. She had this little crop top on and some short shorts. I was like, wow, is that Donna? It was Donna, man. I was like, man, somebody's going to be lucky over here. You know, and there's no telling when the last time she's been with a man. But there's a lot of them like that over here. They're not sticks anymore, guys. You know, but if you like sticks, you know, they're over here too. Duce, is that what he said? He said, Big C, you're a fool with it. I'm just trying to give y'all the nitty gritty. I'm not going to lie to you, man. You know, when you get over here. Oh, James Lance said, Calvin, don't get yourself in trouble. No, I'm going to tell you something, man. If my wife ever came on the channel, you'll see why I'm not going to get myself in trouble, man. She works out, man, and I tell you, she used to be a volleyball player. She played volleyball. She played soccer. Her legs, man, are just unbelievable. They're beautiful, man. And when I first met her and we went to Siquijor Island, and you know, we came back from the beach. You know how swimming makes you tired, man. And she was just laid out on the bed naked, man. And I saw her legs and I saw her shape and I was like, wow, you know, I didn't know Filipinos was built like that, you know. I mean, but it's just so many of them like that now. They're not sticks anymore, guys. Rod Rodenstein, see, this is what I'm talking about. He said, I saw a homeless Navy veteran on YouTube yesterday. Let me see what he says. Because this is what hurts my heart, guys. Really, it does. He said a Filipino woman scammed him of all his money and he's waiting on his next pension check. See, there's no reason why he should have to do that. With all these expats over here, he's a Navy veteran, he served his country, that we couldn't give him a few dollars to hold him over. See, that's what I'm talking about with the support, you know, is what I'm talking about. But more than likely, she didn't scam him. More than likely, he gave his money to her. But even then, even so, when a guy's like that over here, man, he's 8,000 miles away from home, guys. There's no reason for us not to help him. You know, if I was somewhere around him, Rod, man, I promise you, I send him some money through M. Lawyer some kind of way, get him something to eat. I'm not condoning his actions. I'm just saying, you know, anything can go wrong over here, and it usually does. AJ Eckley says, bro, your girl's about to tampo. No, they don't tampo on me. None of my girls, because I tell them right up front, I don't play that. I won't tolerate it. I've never experienced it. Yeah, Ducci says, Big C, you got to win. I do, man. Brad Jones said, we love Calvin because he allows us to live our dreams vicariously through him. Man, I hope so, man. I'm not going to sell you a dream. It's really what I'm telling you over here. Otherwise, you know, it's people that can back up what I'm saying. They're here now. They've been here before, you know. You know, brothers always ask me about, you know, are black men accepted over here? Man, come on. Once you go black, you don't go back. And, you know, I don't really talk about race on my channel, but brothers, come on over here, man. You got more options than over there, okay? I'll leave it at that. Because we need each other, guys, you know. I promise you, man, I don't play into that race stuff no more. Ballin 1665 in Paradise said, hit the like. Yeah, guys, it's 234 118. I know how it helps me now. Come on, guys. He said, once you go Asian, You don't go back Caucasian. Y'all stupid, man. Don't do that, man. I love everybody, really. Well, not everybody, but I get along with everybody, and I know I'm at the age now where I know for a fact color means absolutely nothing. Has nothing to do with the person, your character, or anything like that. I mean it. Hey, Philippines, my paradise. Thank you, Ned. Hey, y'all go check out Ned, Philippines, my paradise. Now, you see how I give you the nitty gritty? He gives you another side of the Philippines, but it's just as important, guys. I promise you, he's got great information over there. He should have more viewers. He should have more subscribers. I don't understand it. He gives you good information too. I just give you street information. He gives you the type of information that, if you type like a scholarly type guy. I mean, he gives you like food, ideas about food. He tells you why the culture is the way it is and why certain things happen the way they do over here. He's got one over there talks about the games that Filipino kids play over here. See, they still play outside and they still do those kind of games that we used to play when we little. See, he's got information like that, but Ned's got a good channel, man. Yeah, John, you're right. Let's leave the race stuff somewhere else. Not here, guys. It's not the place for it. And it don't work over here anyway, because they don't play that really over here. He said, why don't these guys have an emergency fund? Retirees shouldn't live month to month. Yeah, you're right, Reg Jam Rock, but like I said, I believe he gave his money away, and we don't really know all the whole circumstances. Was he drunk? Is he on drugs? Because a lot of people over here on drugs, man. A lot of foreigners over on drugs, man. We had a case here in San Carlos City where two foreigners and the Filipino, they was getting high, and I guess the Filipino ran off with the money. Where he caught up with her and beat her, you know what. She turned him into the police, and of course the police believed her, and they're getting ready to, if they haven't already, deport those two guys. Yeah, so we really don't know. Hey, thanks, brother. You really don't know the circumstances, the whole thing. YT Habagat Pinoy Gaming said, I dropped a like and shared your channel on Facebook, Twitter, man. Thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate that. Because without you guys, man, I'm nothing for real. I'd still be talking to myself in this camera, man. That's what I was doing in the beginning. But I didn't care because I knew that my information had a purpose, man. It was going to be helpful, and that's all I was trying to do. Wu Tran says, let's see, and this is an easy question. He says, do you or expats get targeted by, get hassled by drug dealers? No. Thinking that expats have a lot of money for drugs? No. This is why I call the Philippines and the Filipino people unicorns. They leave you alone. Now, if you go around them looking for trouble, you're going to get it, but they won't bother you, man. I've never been anywhere in the world like here. These people will let you enjoy their country to your heart's content, long as you stay in your lane. Don't get out of your lane. Don't start coming over here, don't start coming over here with all of that riffraff from your country and, disrespecting people, man. You are not going to have any problem, man. And see, here's the thing I tell guys. It's like when we were fighting over in Vietnam. You don't know the good guys from the bad guys. That's why I say, stay humble over here, man. Stay under the radar. And I tell you, man, you'll have the best time of your life. The drug dealers will not bother you. It's money over here, guys. The people may be poor, but the Philippines is not. It's people over here making so much money, man. They don't need your little pension money over here. The bad guys over here, man, they balling over here, man. Trust me. I see it in the paper all the time, man. You're not going to have any problems over here. They don't need your little pension money over here, man. There's big money over here in that drug game over here. that methamphetamine, they call it shabu. Everybody from the poorest to the richest is using it over here. They're getting it right from China. Some people are manufacturing it over here now themselves. Man, it's billions and billions over here. You know, and then you got all these casinos over here. Man, these gangsters over here make us look stupid. You know, and they don't want our little money, man. But if you get out of line, they got something for you over here. Because the type of power that private citizens are allowed to have over here, it's illegal in America. Listen to me. If you don't listen to nothing else the rest of this last 10 minutes. There's private citizens here who have private armies. Okay? I'll leave it at that. There's some powerful people over here, more powerful than you're going to see in America, because it's illegal in America. Some of the most powerful people I've ever seen live right here in the Philippines. You know, yeah, they're powerful. I mean it. So just come over here. Nobody's going to bother you. Go about your business. Have your beautiful woman on one side, then the one on the other if you want. You know, just be nice to people, man, and they're not going to bother you. That's the truth, man. I promise you that. And everything I tell you, you can take it to the bank, because Adolf Chandler, I'm going to answer this because I got a question. He said, well, I get sick from the food. Not in the restaurant, but the street food you will. And that's a question that the music man from San Diego posed to me. He told me to warn y'all about the street food, and he's right. And I've mentioned this before. 50% of Filipinos have, bacterial problems because eating that uncooked food from the street. You know, they got worms, man. 50% of them. So be careful if you decide to eat some of that street food. Make sure they cook it all the way good. All the way, I quit eating it. I eat isao, which is chicken intestines, shaped like a little worm, and you put it on the stick. But I make them cook it all the way crispy done, and they're delicious. But that's about all I eat now, because they just don't cook it all the way. Their barbecue, it's not like the barbecue in your hometown. You see what I'm saying? And then there's people waiting all around, so they're rushing and trying to get all the money, and they're not going to cook it all the way done, and you're going to get sick. Cal, is there anywhere to watch sports in St. Carlos? Brad Jones says yes. They've got this place called Mike's Beer and Burgers, or Mike's Burger and Beers. He's an American, and the food is delicious, and he's got some television set up in there like that. But if you want to play live sports, they got that here. They've got they got a nice tennis club with clay courts. Then right across the street from there is two big basketball courts, and then they got a soccer field. Hey, Michael Cosby, thank you for that super chat. I'm a small American, 5'7", 140 pounds, and I stood up over almost every Filipino in the Philippines. I even bumped my head walking through my ex's parents' front door. I bet they think you're a giant. Really, I'm about 5'8", but I weigh about 195 pounds. And yeah, they really think I'm big over here, but I'm not that much. They've got some tall Filipinos now, but yeah, they can't believe me, because I got that workout routine, and but while I'm on that subject, a guy asked me about the gyms over here. They're cheap, man. Now I don't know about Manila and Cebu because they got all that fancy stuff, but when you come to a place like Dumaguete, San Carlos City, Bacolod, you can get a membership for about 400 or 500 pesos a month, about $9 or $10 a month. Or you can go every day here in San Carlos. They got a nice gym called the Viper Gym. It's 25 pesos a day. That's 50 cents. And remember, I told you that The personal trainers over here are free. They've got staff there that will help you. I had got so big, my girlfriend in there told me to stop. She said, stop working out with them guys. In Zamboanga too, man. I'm talking about, man, I was big. Biggest I've ever been, because they showed me the proper technique. Enzo Pastor says, hello, Calvin, great channel. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Silky Brown said, there was one fine Filipino that I saw. She was about 5'10" and very sexy. Well, see, that's those Amazon Filipinas that I tell you guys about. And unless you go to a special event like a car show or boxing match or marathons, you know, because running is big. Fitness is big in the Philippines, guys. It'll shock you, but it is. There's some great athletes over here. You will see them like that. I mean, a bunch of them. And you wonder, man, where are these women? I guess they live in like Cebu and Manila, the big places where all the big opportunity is. And you'll see, when I came from Zamboanga back to St. Carlos back in September, I had to for overseas Filipino workers, and man, this woman was beautiful, man. She looked like, man, I don't know what she looked like. She was about 5'8" or 5'9", and just had a Coke bottle shape. And I mean, she was just beautiful, man. I was just talking to her because they're very, you know, like I said, women here are very humble. They're very approachable. You know, they're not like in America. Beautiful women in America, you better not go nowhere near them, man. You know, really. I mean, you can't say hi to them. They're going to thumb their nose at you and keep going. But over here, if you say hi to one of them, they're going to talk to you back. Silky Brown said, no, Ingram Davis, trust me. There's some women over here, man. They're like that, man. I call them Amazon Filipinos, man. They're beautiful. You wouldn't believe it. They would shock you, like it shocked me. Yeah, she was probably real, but you don't see that many of them, because what they'll do, they'll catch them like that in the province or the city or the squatters area. When they see them like that, and they know they're going to be big, and they immediately put them in like modeling, the beauty pageants. I mean, immediately when they're young, they'll see them and they'll snatch them out of there quick. It's big money in that over here, in that beauty pageants and stuff like that. He says, Cal Deadman, Cal, ask my son Chris about the lady boy. Yeah, Rod Rodenstein says, me too in America. Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you, that council culture, man, is dangerous over in America, man. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Wells Family Journey, hey, thanks, brother. I'm late to this live stream. We need to watch again, man. I really appreciate it. Go over there and check his channel out. He's got like one of those family type where I think you follow their lives. I think, are your sons twins? They look like they're twins. But, you know, he's got one of them channels like that, man. I'm going to shout you out, man, because he don't have a lot of videos, but, man, he's got a lot of views. So, you know, people like that kind of stuff. You know, they like to follow you around and see what you do on a daily basis. Roger Abernathy said, I hate that Me Too shit. It is, man. I don't like it, man. You can't go back 30 years, man, and do something to people, ruin somebody's career like that. And, you know, it just, I don't see it. I don't get it, man. And I'm over here, man. You know, I promise you, man. I'm 57. I don't know how many more years I've got left. But I don't want any parts of that stuff, man. Y'all can have all that money and all of those fancy cars and all that stuff over there, jewelry and all that. Y'all can have all that, man. Just give me my peace of mind, you know. And that's all I want, man. You know, just give me, you know, I got the easy button over here. Everything's easy over here for me. I'm through with all that old hard stuff over there, and it don't prove nothing. You know, even if they think all American women are the standards because it's supposed to be hard and challenging. No, it don't. Love don't have to be challenging. Having a beautiful woman don't have to be challenging. Hey, Wells Family Journey, man, you deserve it, man, to shout out. Go on over and check him out, guys. Mr. Freed said, women have all the power already. Let's see. He says, should be more, too. You're right in a way. I mean, you know, they do have all the power anyway. They run everything anyway. But now it's like a vengeance thing. I mean, you know, if you did, I got 5 daughters, so if you did something like that to a woman, I told my daughters, don't wait 30 years. I got your back. Somebody bother you, somebody harass you, somebody try to rape you, you take his ass out now. You don't wait 30 years down the line and do that. I don't get that one, man. And you know, I know women are gonna get on me about that and all they're traumatized, this and that. No, I got your back. This is what I told. I don't know what y'all told y'all daughters. I'm telling you what I told my daughters. I got your back. You make him pay now. You hold him accountable now. You ain't got nothing to be scared of, you know. So I don't know, man, about that. I just don't like it, you know. And it's scary because anybody can do that to you, you know. James Lorazel says, is there any insight on flying my girlfriend to Maldives? Let's see. Anything I'm missing? She has a passport and Maldives doesn't require to have a visa. Well, you know, the Philippines has opened that back up. They're not stopping their citizens from leaving. Now, when she comes back, she's probably going to have that quarantine, you know, to deal with. But yeah, they've lifted the freeze on their people leaving. Now, will she be able to get that tourist visa and go there? I don't know, you know. See, it was an article in the paper now that the Philippines is against this, this no visa between these Asian countries because there's a lot of human trafficking going on. So they're clamping down on that. See, what they'll do is they'll tell these women that they're going to one of these Asian countries, then they'll ship them out to places like Syria. It's a good article in the Manila Times today about that. So I don't know, it's hard. You know, they're funny about letting people leave the country. You know, she better have some compelling reason, a lot of money in the bank, maybe a house. There's got to be a reason to make her come back. Otherwise, she could go to Maldives and then you could just keep on going. You know, the Philippines, they need their best and brightest to run the Philippines. It's not these other governments that's making it hard for Filipinos to travel abroad. It's their own government. And it makes sense, don't you think, guys? It makes sense. You don't want a brain drain over here. But yeah, if she can get that tourist visa, it's hard to get one over here. You got to be connected, and you better have some money. Otherwise, it's hard, you know, to get out of this country. I told you last couple of lives ago, a friend of my wife's, man, she actually had the tourist visa to either Abu Dhabi or Dubai. Thanks, Ronald Jefferson, for that super chat. But she never made it out of the airport in Manila. You know, because see, that's a good way to a lot of OFWs, that way they can go over there and they can get their own job, like getting a tourist visa and going to one of these places instead of going through one of the agencies. But no. She didn't have a compelling enough reason. And then to be going to, it was either Abu Dhabi or Dubai. So they turned her around. You know, the money she spent. Hey, Percy Ramsey, what's going on in Katy, Texas? I've got some family, second cousins in Houston, Texas. I'm going to have to check on them. Christopher Leroy said, is there legal gambling there? Absolutely. Man, the Philippines got some of the biggest casinos I've ever seen. The biggest malls, the biggest casinos. When you get over here, it's going to shock you, man. You're going to be like, I thought I was in the Philippines. These big, gigantic malls, man. See, we don't do malls anymore at home. But over here, yeah. Man, they got malls and casinos over here, man, that they're just palatial. Hey, thanks, Jim Burns. He said for baby Denise, bro. Absolutely, man. We'll put that toward the repairs. See, like yesterday, I took her some milk over there and also diapers. Even though I give her mother 1,000 pesos a week, and I don't ask any questions. I don't know what she does with it. I thought she's supposed to be buying Pampers and milk with it, but she needs it, for some reason, raising a baby with cerebral palsy under the best conditions has to be challenging. So yeah, we make sure she's taken care of, man. I promise you, man. That little girl don't want for nothing. Now, because I'm going to tell you something, man, some boots on the ground, inside information. This little girl was just being mistreated, man, before we stepped over there. It was something, the Spirit led us over there. Otherwise, maybe she's dead now. Yeah, she was being mistreated, guys. I'm telling you now. This is coming from the horse's mouth. And I was so disappointed. But the system's so harsh over here, it turns bad people to good. It turns good people to bad. And that's what was happening over there, man. Imagine. Oh, yeah, Rod Rodenstein said Asians love to gamble. Go to Las Vegas. You'll see the ones there. It's the Chinese and Japanese. When I went there in 2006, I was shocked. Man, I'm talking about it. They spending big time. Hell, I had $1,100. I thought that was a big money, right? Man, I'm at the dice table. Man, I promise you, man, this is no lie. This Japanese man, he had a stack of $100 bills like this. It had to have been $15,000 or $20,000 probably. He was gambling like there was no end to the money he had. Yeah. And you're right, Donna, man. They do. They're the big whales now. Mike Lardorf says, hey, Calvin, tuning in from freezing Converse, Texas. Man, freezing in Texas. Am I missing something? Ronald Jefferson says, we got you, boots on the ground. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Chucksy says, gambling for such small wins is stupid. No, they got big time money over here. Jacob Ton said, that's tragic if someone would mistreat baby Denise. Yeah, shame on that. Yeah, but it's true, man. I was shocked. And see, now that they know that we got her back over here, now everybody's all happy and, they just treat her like a queen and, it's just sad, man. People smile and you just don't know what's behind those smiles. And I'm learning stuff, and I can't let that be my focus, though, guys. I'm keeping my focus on baby Denise. To hell with them people that was mistreating her. Even though now they're benefiting off of her, treatment. To hell with them, man. I ain't even gonna put my focus on them. And see over here, I'm gonna tell you, the Chinese are big time, gangsters over here. What they'll do is they'll get you. See, a lot of these other Chinese, Koreans. See, the Chinese, they'll loan you money at the casino, and if you don't pay, they'll kidnap you. Because see, Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, Asians, they'll pay that ransom. See? And that's what they'll do. It's big money over here, man. I'm telling you, you'll be shocked, man. That's why I tell you, when you come over here, they looking at you like, unless you just flashing around money and stuff like that, Nobody's gonna bother you here, man. It's big money in the Philippines. So big it'll shock you, man. I'm telling you. I keep saying it over and over, but it is. That's why they don't bother you. There's enough money for the bad guys over here. Mr. Freeze said, I used to live in Vegas. That place almost killed me. I lost my little 1,100, man. I was done. I was like, to hell with it. Just to say I was in Vegas, man. You know, I went to like 4 or 5 casinos because they right next to each other, man. I mean, they attached to each other. And I just went down circus. Whereas we stayed at the Paris, you know, the one with the big, like next to the Eiffel Tower one, but you know, it's got that big balloon. It looks like a balloon type of thing. You know, like an air balloon is what it looks like. But that's where we stayed on the 23rd floor. Hey, thanks, John Smith. Yeah, I'm going to focus on Baby Denise. You're right, you know, but, you know, when you hear that stuff, it kind of poisons your mind, man, you know. And it's crazy. But no, hey, Hollywood Baby, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to leave her for one of you guys. Because I tell you, man, I got a stunner in there, man. I promise you, man. And, you know, I'm 57, she's 38. I don't need nothing else, man. I mean, really. And she's passionate, man. She's shapely, you know, to be as little as she is. She weighs about 105 pounds. You know, she's probably about a 34, maybe 26, maybe 34, something like that. But she's intelligent, man. And intelligence turns me on. She's a bookkeeper, man. She knows everybody in the city hall. She knows the mayor, vice mayor, councilman. She knew the lawyer here that got killed. You know, that kind of stuff turns me on, man, you know. I like having conversations with her, you know. Yeah, that Paris, Las Vegas hotel, that's where I stayed. The Donna man says, I don't like seeing disabled people mistreated, especially children taken advantage of. Yeah, man, but it hurt my heart, man, when I found that out. But I can't let that be my focus. Hey, Tony P, what's going on? Never Give Up says, because of you next year, the psychopaths will be there. You're so selfish. I don't understand what you mean by that, brother. I really don't. It's hard for me to. But I tell you what, I'm going to answer you on that. There's enough psychopaths already over here. Listen to this. According to the Civil Registry statistics of the Philippine Statistics Authority, 2 registered births from girls as young as 10 years old in Metro Manila. So don't blame it on the foreigners, guys, okay? And never give up, man. Don't come on here with that stuff, man. I don't like to get rid of people. I want everybody to be inclusive, man, but you know, don't come on my channel with that negative stuff, man. You know, y'all don't understand what it's all about over here, really. You bringing that old Western thinking over here, you know. Some guy asked me, I tell you the Western thinking, right? You know, we're fixing up Baby Denise's house. And, you know, people always keep on asking, who owns that house? Who owns the, you know, is the rent going to go up? Man, let's go with that Western thinking, guys. This is a squatters area. Nobody owns nothing back there. The government owns that, and it's all over the Philippines, guys. You know, what they do is the government just turns a blind eye. They go there, they build their houses, they live there their whole life, but they don't own that land. The government can come back anytime and tear it all down, and they do it all the time in Manila. But them people fight the government, and they fight the people that they send to tear their houses and stuff down. But no, nobody owns it, man. You know, it's just like, I'm not even worried about that. This little girl was living outside. Go to the first video and look at it, guys. Look at how this girl was living. I don't give a damn. They can come back tomorrow. They can come back 2 months from now and tear it down. At least I can say for 2 months, I gave this girl a new way to live. You know, I showed her some love and some kindness and generosity, man. See, that's where the focus needs to be. I don't give a damn who owns that stuff, man. Who owns it? Is the rent going to go up? No. The rent going to go up. Why do y'all worry about stuff like that over there, man? You know, come on, y'all. It's a new way to live over here. Let me go to another question. But yeah, two girls, age 10 in Metro Manila. But, okay, also it says, since 2011, for the 9th year in a row, teenage pregnancies in the country have increased. Now, this isn't just in the Philippines, guys. Y'all know, I had a daughter that had a baby at 15. So I know about this stuff. But here's what I didn't know. This is going to shock you, and I'll go to something else. It says, complications from pregnancy and childbirth are the leading cause of death among girls 15 to 19 worldwide. Who knew that? That's shocking. Not cancer, not gunshot wounds, not stab wounds, not anything. Complications from pregnancy and childbirth are the leading cause of death among girls 15 to 19. That's shocking, man. What I'm going to do, well, see, baby Denise, you know, she can't really talk or anything like that. But Denise is going to give me an interview. And, of course, baby Denise is going to be there. She can't be anywhere else. Frank Ellis said, that's America. You're right, brother. And he's right about this electricity. He says electric must be a little dangerous in the squatters areas. It is. And it's the cause of a lot of times it'll burn down the whole squatters area. Especially next month when it gets really, really hot. And see, a lot of those people, see, that's why I want to get them a propane stove and stop them from cooking with that charcoal. And I'm going to tell you, it's dangerous, man. That charcoal and wood and, you know, those fumes is killing them. You know, it's just so many dangers in those places, man. You know, man, count your blessings, man. We take so much for granted, man. I'm gonna tell you, if you've never smelled that smoke from somebody cooking with charcoal, man, it would take your life, man. It would choke you, man. You can't catch your breath. You got to get out of there, man. You know that. You know, they cook like that in Zamboanga. My mother-in-law cooks like that, man, and you can't stand around that smoke. It'll tear your butt up. So it's a lot of dangers, man, over here that we just take for granted. You know, and to the guy who asked me about, it still perplexes me how her brain got damaged. No judgment. Some of those things, man, I'm going to tell you, man, you know, it's so much that has to go right for a child to be born, man, that you wouldn't even believe it. Any little small thing goes wrong, and there you got cerebral palsy. You know, there you got learning encephalitis and all that stuff. Yeah, the Dunner man said CP is a disease. There's no telling, man, you know. And when you're, you know, when you're in a poor country like this, there's a high death rate among newborns anyway, man. It's hard even just being born and then making it out of that. I mean, they overcome some just tremendous odds over here, man. You know. Jim Burns, are you the guy that sent me the message about your son being born with CP, but now he's independent now? And I hope that was you, man. And he says that his son walks on a cane now, drives his own car, has his own job, has his own place, he's independent because he decided to go to buck the odds and go against the so-called experts and, you know, and help his son. I hope you're the one, man, because that's an inspiring story, man. I tell you, man, it got me emotional, Jim, and man, I take my hat off to you, brother. Yeah, Jim Burns is the one, man. And see, that's what I want to do for baby Denise. You know, just let her get to the point where she's self-sufficient at some time in her life. But if she just sits over there like she is now, she wasn't going to make it, man. You know, so that's what I want to see. I want to use Jim Burns's example. You know, we haven't had any updates on Gail. It's been kind of quiet. I'm kind of shocked. But remember, we're really looking for a needle. Oh, yeah, Alan Griffith, it was you. Oh, okay, thank you, brother. Your story, man, is inspiring, man. And I tell you what, that's the kind of stuff that we should be seeing on YouTube, man. Brett Reinhardt said, God bless you for your good works. Somebody did it for me, Brett. I promise you they did. Many times, even when I was little, even when I was grown out there drinking and going crazy, did the Salvation Army show up with Christmas for my kids and show up with food baskets, man. Yeah. See, I haven't had a drink for 23 years, but man, I used to be the town drunk. And I hope I never forget that. And those type of experiences have shaped me to be the human being I am today, man. So no, I don't take that for granted. Nobody special says what type of, well, they're cracking down on neglect and abuse here now. And they're running campaigns and stuff. You'll see the big signs because remember I gave you those shocking figures. 1 in 4 women now. I said 1 in 5, but now it's 1 in 4 women in the Philippines have experienced abuse at the hands of a man. 1 in 7 married women or women who's ever been married have suffered abuse at the hands of their husband. It's a big problem worldwide, you know. But really over here, man, you know, and that's why I say when you come over here and you get with a Filipino, man, you really give her a new life, man. You don't know, man. It's more than just the standard of living. It's more than the visa, man. You give her freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You let her escape a lot of that abuse and all of that neglect, man. I'm telling you, man, man, my girlfriend in there, man, she tells me some stories, man, it makes me cringe, man. The father of her kids, man, he was so jealous, man. And listen to this. He would lock this woman in their apartment while he went to work. I'm talking about he'd put the lock on the outside of the door. That's crazy. Anything could happen, you know. And sometimes she would have to climb out the window, guys. Listen to this. Get something to eat and then sneak back in the house. Nobody should have to live like that, man. You know, but this is the stuff we take for granted. This is stuff we don't know when we come over here. That's why I say, man, you know, vet these women. Get to know them. Don't be the straw that breaks the camel's back over here. Yeah, you could be the one. I did a video on that. When Filipinos kill. Yeah, you could be the straw because, man, they got it hard over here, man. This is a harsh environment over here. But we just look at all this YouTube stuff and all this sweet and sugary stuff that, you know, you lose sight of that, of where you really are. And that's one of my suggestions is remember where you are at all times when you over here, man. You're not in Las Vegas. You're not in Los Angeles. You're not in San Diego, California, man. You're in the Philippines, man. People got it extremely, extremely hard over here. So don't ever forget that. You know, don't take anything for granted over here. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to get off of here. She's giving me signals again. But we're going to continue this discussion, man. That's why I started doing more lives. It was a suggestion from one of my subscribers, and I'm glad I did, because I really want y'all to get to know me. I want y'all to know I'm the real deal. I'm not over here playing, man. Anything I tell you, man, you can take it to the bank, man. Ingram Davis, he lived here for a long time. He'll tell you. You know, a lot of this stuff I'm telling you is true. It's not phony, you know. But remember, go to Philippines. Let me see. Go over and check Ned out, man. Let's give him some support. Philippines, my paradise. He said, God bless you, Calvin, and bless your family, too. I really appreciate your kindness. Man, you know, Ned, I appreciate you, too, brother. You know, we're all part of this YouTube community, and that's one reason why I don't argue and I don't fight with other YouTubers. Captain AK, this guy. Well, y'all got some crazy names, but I like this one. His name is I guess what's producer Captain AK. He said, Calvin, you're almost at 1 million overall channel views. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that, man. Thanks for telling me that. I really appreciate it. Hey, D says, always good to spend time with you, man. I love guys like you, D, because you positive, man. You read, I know we going to get along, because some of the stuff you sent me, man, it's been right on time. That little short clip you sent me, man, I tell you what. I know we're going to get along. Alexander Monday, what's going on? Wells Family Journey, man, I'm going to come over and check you out today, because I want to see what them twins is up to. Soul School Music Lovers, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Shout out to Sal in Chicago. I ain't heard from you, Sal. He comes on here, he's got his profile name is The Champion. What are you the champion of, man? John Smith said, pleasure listening to you. Man, I want you guys to come over and have a good time. I'm going to do my vlog tomorrow in the morning on overcoming fear of living abroad. See, a lot of y'all want to come here, but you're afraid. I'm going to tell you, there's no reason to be afraid, guys. Come on over here, man. You know, get on off that couch, because I've got a brother, man, he's 65. He's about as tough of a guy that you'll ever meet, but he's never left the country, guys. He's afraid. He's never left the country. Don't live your whole life, man, in your home country, man. The world's 197 million square miles. About 58 million of that is land. See some of this stuff before you die, man. Get out here. Meet some new people, man. You know, don't spend your whole life at home, man. Don't do it. There's no rule that says you have to do that. Yeah, Mr. Freeze, keep your head down. Cal Devin says the number one thing they're afraid of is, can I afford it? That's one. But see, Cal, and you'll see on my vlog tomorrow, I ain't gonna give it away. We'll come up with all kind of excuses of why we don't go, but the bottom line is we're afraid. We'll say all kind of stuff. Oh, it's the language. I can't learn the language. And they don't accept, black people over there. We'll come up with all kind of excuses, Hey, thanks for that super chat. When the bottom line is we're just afraid. We don't want to leave that comfort zone. AJ Eckley, thank you. He said, don't bring adultery from the U.S. Don't play that in the Philippines. Make sure she's never been married. Absolutely, man. A Cinemar, man, would probably cost about what? What do you think, AJ Eckley, a Cinemar record would cost? Maybe what? 50 pesos, 100 pesos? Yeah. Mr. Vega said, living with courage is important. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you, man, you got to face your fear sometimes, because remember, fear is going to activate that fight or flight. You're going to do one or the other. You're either going to go to battle or you're going to run. That's the only thing that you're going to do. So I tell you to face your fears, man. I was afraid of heights until I started working for DuPont Chemicals. I worked for DuPont Chemicals in Louisville. A great job. Great company, man. And we used to have to, in order for me to keep that job, we used to have to climb up them ladders way up in the air in them big storage tanks, man. I'm talking about you're 200 feet up in the air, man, or more. See, I didn't have no choice. I had to face my fear of heights. And I did it. Same with flying, man, But I ain't gonna give it away, guys. Thanks for the 200 likes, man. I really appreciate it. It's $20. Okay, AJ Ackley. Cinemar. Hey, Russell McNeese, thank you, man. I appreciate you guys, man. If you're in America, man, it's getting late, man. Before you let your head hit the pillow, man, help somebody, man. You don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs. You just getting out of work on second shift and you see somebody in the street, man, give them a couple of dollars. Buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, man. It's cold out there in most places. People are starving, man. Them checks ain't came yet, man. We need each other. Even when the pandemic is over. Look, here's a guarantee I'm going to give you, man. When you help somebody, man, there's a law of compensation that's going to reward you for your sacrifice, man, 100 times, sometimes 1,000 times, man. Believe in it. I'm living it. If you're in the Philippines, man, I guess it's about almost 12 o'clock. We still got about 6 hours to find somebody to help. I mean, the pandemic, man, has just wiped out 10 million jobs. People are practically living outside over here, guys. I want y'all to come over here because when you go back home, you're never going to be the same. See, that's why it's important we help people over here. See, because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time.